This is a comparative review of movies based on Frank Herbert's 1965 masterpiece, Dune. The adaptations of Dune reviewed will be the 1984 theatrical version, the year 2000 television miniseries presented on the SyFy channel, the 2006 extended theatrical version of the 1984 movie made for DVD, and finally, the new 2021 theatrical version of Dune. My love for the Frank Herbert novel began with my first read in early 1984. Herbert's knack for building imaginative characters, cultures, and worlds blew me away. Dune is one of the few books I've read more than 3 times. You can tell that's true by the tattered book cover. Story overview of Dune. The Atreides family are the new governors of the planet Arrakis, also known as the desert planet Dune. Only on Dune can the spice melange be found. It can enable its user to possess many strange powers, such as foretelling the future or the ability to cross the boundaries of space. These unique properties make it the most valuable substance in the known universe. According to planetary lore, a leader will arrive to lead the Fremen people of Arrakis to take back control of their planet. All signs point toward that savior being the Duke's son, Paul Atreides. Before the sandworms can rear their ugly heads, the critics gave their pre-opening opinions of the 1984 film, directed by David Lynch. The day before Dune's release, there was a full-spread newspaper article concerning the unfamiliar language and names that might be strange to those who never read the book. The headline stated, "A Dune Dictionary. Trust us, you'll need it." Finally, on a crisp December 14th evening, at the 83rd Street Quad Theater, I watched as Dune came to light through David Lynch's eyes. The film starred Kyle MacLachlan, Francisca Annis, Patrick Stewart, and Sting, to name a few. Even though some of the action was a bit stiff, I enjoyed the film overall. Unfortunately, after the feature, the audience walked out of the theater. Many said, "Was his name Muad'dib?" Or, "Did you understand that?" What the critics predicted had come true. As impressive as the special effects were, the film was challenging to get through without prior background, and that was proven by its low box office appeal. On Sunday evening, December 3rd, 2000, Dune premiered on the SyFy channel. John Harrison directed the 3-part miniseries, which starred John Hurt, Sasha Reeves, and Alec Newman as Paul Atreides. The 3-night event looked pretty good on my 50-inch diagonal big screen television, but unfortunately there were changes and additions to the plot not in Frank Herbert's original novel. The director described the changes to elaborate rather than edit, which included an extensive subplot invented for the character Princess Erlyn, played by Julie Cox. On the bright side, this version of Dune doubled all viewer records for SyFy. 2 of the 3 installments also rated among the year's top original cable movies. The 2000 Dune miniseries is one of the 3 highest rated programs to be broadcast on the SyFy channel, but still not the Dune that we all wanted to see. In 2006, I purchased the shiny metal case which held the revised extended theatrical version of the 1984 film. This edition included strangely whispered voiceovers that explained the characters' thoughts many times in endless detail. The other negative was the decision to place matte paintings throughout the film to assist the viewer in understanding the scenes. Someone who read and understood the intricacies of Frank Herbert's novel had to have felt insulted by this. The editors stretched the original 132-minute film to 176 minutes long in a desperate attempt to explain the movie. This version was unnecessarily long, almost 3 hours, and even a disappointment to Paul Muad'dib. Much to my delight, my darling daughter received 2 tickets for an early screening of the new Dune movie directed by Denis Villeneuve. On the evening of December 10, 2021, Kara and I rushed to the AMC 68th Street Theater to experience the film in IMAX. It stars Timothee Chalamet, Oscar Isaac, Rebecca Ferguson, Josh Brolin, Zendaya, and Jason Momoa in the first film rendition worthy of Frank Herbert's classic novel, and I'm not exaggerating. Without giving away any spoilers, Villeneuve found a way to convert a complex science fiction novel into an earthy cinematic drama. Villeneuve works hard to stay true to Frank Herbert's Sand Planet dream as he streamlines the book down to its most playable scenes. Like the sandworm, the scale of the film is overwhelming and best seen on the big screen. In addition, the gathered team of actors understood the director's vision of Dune. After the feature, a few of the cast gave their views on the movie. The following is an excerpt from actor Timothee Chalamet.
Or learning? Yeah, that's a great way to put it. I mean, I think Denis was very focused on the humanity of this character, not capturing a Neo quality in the Matrix too soon. And I'd be hounding him. I'd say, when am I the Muad'dib? When am I the Muad'dib? He's like, you're not yet, Stop it, that's in the next movie. So, that didn't feel obvious, and now watching the movie back, I think was one of the most important things to get right. And I always try to think, who was Paul, even if we don't really see him that much, who was he before that Gom Jabbar scene? Because when we're 15, 16, we're all just looking in the mirror trying to figure out who we are. Moments of being dynamic in a way that the sort of movies I was doing before this were very script reliant and character reliant, behavior reliant. Not that these aren't, not that this film isn't rather, but I realize now how much Denis had in mind that was, I don't want to say more important than the characters, but it was just so much bigger, these huge set pieces, things like that. And also, I don't know, I know this is like a sad Q&A too, so with a lot of actors in the room, but that it's a marathon, not a sprint. Mm-hmm. And I think by fortune of the shorter shooting schedules I had before, I kind of had a balls to the wall mentality. And this was a big lesson in pacing yourself and and going in a rhythm.
In my humble opinion, Denis Villeneuve has created a classic, and it's called Dune. See you again soon, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel.